We're always talking about the rise of the experiential economy, how millennials would rather pay for experiences rather than things. They're material in a different way. And by experiences, we're talking about events that can be documented on their Instagram account. That's why the younger generation has embraced the cruise industry, and it's why I reiterate my long-standing recommendation for the group at the end of May. Now, within the cruise segment, there's one smaller, open, and up-and-coming player, and that's Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings, NCLH. It's a stock that's up 10% since our last segment on the industry, not to mention up nearly 30% for the year. Of course, you'd think that Norwegian's third quarter would be seriously harmed by all that horrific hurricanes. But when the company reported last week, it delivered a solid 3-cent earnings beat off a $1.83 basis, higher than expected sales, up 11.2% year over year. Plus, when you exclude the impact of the hurricane, just 15 cents a share, management's full-year guidance was pretty robust. So we got to ask, can the stock keep climbing? Let's check in with Frank Del Rio. He's the president and CEO of Norwegian Cruise Lines to learn more about the quarter and where the company's headed. Mr. Del Rio, welcome to Mad Money. Good to see you, sir.
Jim, great to be
Thank you. Have a seat. Well, you know that I think above probably we are the biggest cheerleaders for your industry.
You are.
We see this happening. We see younger and older going for it. And I want to get your view about why the younger people choose Norwegian, because I know they do.
There's so much to do in a cruise ship. Right. Everything from visiting multiple destinations in a 7-day period, casinos, great entertainment, fantastic food. Some of our ships have 25, 27 restaurants. Great value, by the way.
Right.
So, you know, millennials, money's
and
tight.
They care. They are very valuable.
Money's tight, and so it's a great vacation experience. The highest satisfaction scores of any vacation segment is the cruise industry.
Really, it's interesting because when we did this linear study at my college for reunion, it said that the most important thing is vacation time, and many people are going because you've got unique activities on yours, right? You've got a car racing.
Yeah.
How does it work?
So about 2 years ago, we were getting ready to inaugurate one of our Region 7 Seas cruises ship, which is a very upscale, not for millennials, for old guys like you and me.
There you go.
Anyway, so both my grandsons were about 10 years old at the time. They wanted an Xbox. Dad, Pops, are you going to have an Xbox? Yeah. So I said to them, what else would you like to see in a cruise ship? And they both came up with this idea of a racetrack. So now, on Norwegian Joy, imagine this, 1,000-foot long, double-decker, 8-turn racetrack. 2 turns are banked, cantilevered over the side of the vessel, 10 cars racing at 35 miles per hour. I've never had this much fun in my life.
I remember I used to love bumper car. I mean, this is a real deal.
Yes.
Well, I mean, obviously, that's not the goal there is to crash, but yes, I mean, sounds like a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Now, you have unique destinations. One of them is Cuba.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be sure that, I know you had some verbiage about it in the conference call. Cuba, even if President Trump is not happy with Cuba, that has not cut down any of the trips to Cuba.
Not at all. Look, it's been over 55 years since Cuba was open to the American tourists. Back then, the cruise industry didn't even exist.
Right.
So now you bring the combination of cruising, a little bit of the Bahamas. We combine our Havana trips with the Bahamas, and it's fabulous. So the demand for the Cuba vacations are off the charts. The booking curve behaves more like an exotic vacation where people book months and months in advance. And the pricing is just, you know, I can't give you a number, but it's just astronomical.
Oh, that's fantastic.
One of the most profitable itineraries that we have, and now we have up to 4% of our capacity dedicated to Cuba. We're the only company of the 3 big cruise lines where all of our brands have been allowed to go to Cuba.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have 86 cruises visiting Cuba among our 3 brands next year.
That's
so we're excited.
So you really got that.
Really
now,
excited.
There was a moment in your conference call, I just loved it, where you said, and no companies can do this other than a cruise line company, that you could have raised prices, you left money on the table. No one can raise prices anywhere. How are you able to raise prices for something?
It's a combination of having a great product and limited supply. Jim, I wish I had more ships today.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
And one of the things about the cruise industry that keeps competitors away, the barriers to entry are high. You can't go to your neighborhood shipyard and order a vessel and pick it up tomorrow. It has long lead times.
Right.
So it's a long lead time business, which is also very good because we have great visibility into the future.
Right.
You know, people book today for a cruise that are going to take 6, 8, 9 months down the road. fact, I've always said the government should look at the cruise industry as a leading economic indicator.
Yes, it should.
Because
you have to do it in advance. That's absolutely right.
That's right.
Now, you could use a lot more ships for China, too, right?
I have a great ship in China today. We inaugurated Norwegian Joy in June. She's performing very, very well. Profitable. The first cruise line ever to be profitable in its first year in China, and we're going to be much more profitable next year.
We keep hearing, that's right, that you have to have a joint venture in China, you have to lose money to be in China. I thought that was extraordinary that you were making money from the get-go.
Well, I'll tell you, my predecessor, my peers that paved the way, quite frankly, and I thank them for that. They've been there 8, 9, 10 years, so it was much tougher back then than it is now. But nevertheless, I'm very proud that our company was able to turn a profit and really in only 6 months of operation, because we got there in July 1st. So.
Well, you're a fabulous operator, and every one of these companies is distinct. There's one for everyone, and I want to really appreciate that you're coming on, because this is a great story. That's Frank Del Rio. He's the president and CEO of Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings. Another winner in the segment. There are only 3, and we know why. Try getting a ship. You can't. Stay with Cramer. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.